who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that did happen, that Sean Combs was not responsible for that Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is she's being supported by women like you who would choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt her. It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power to hurt you. But I want to end this by saying this. Cassie did this to herself. They say he who sets out on the course of revenge should dig 2 graves. People, Cassie dug the grave that is Clayton Howard herself. Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset, people. She should have never gotten on the stand and created further liability for herself by telling more of the lie that she created to get this man sent to prison for his life. She made a mistake when she got on the stand, people. She made a mistake when she got on the stand and lied about the events with Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard is a victim of Cassandra Ventura. Clayton Howard didn't ask to be in a relationship with Cassandra Ventura while she was sleeping with numerous men per week. I get it. You all think I was a nasty male prostitute sleeping with women, all different women all the time. It actually didn't work like that. To have certain types of people that can pay you that well, what you really have to do is you have to focus on people who are affluent. And affluent people don't engage in activities like that. So I might have had a client once a month. The truth is I was only a male escort for 2 years. I continued in the profession because Cassie and Diddy continued to pay me very well. And I was an ex-con. I needed money. Yes, I was trapped in the situation. I'll admit that. I didn't know what to do. But does that mean I should be victim shamed because the same thing that happened to women all the time happened to me as a man? No. And for those women out there, for you black women who choose to shame me as a black man for telling my truth, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's probably pretty much all I have to say. You will not see me too much in the media. I don't need the public to believe me. I just need a jury of my peers and 12 people to believe me in a court. And thanks to the testimony of Cassie during the trial of Sean Combs, I have that. Thank you for watching. Stop victim shaming. Thank you.
Welcome to the Leylo Show. I am your host, Leylo. I know you saw me eating some cake. Well, my birthday was yesterday. Yes, I was born on the 4th of July. So happy birthday to me. My family surprised me with a birthday cake and a small little party yesterday. So shout out to the little family that I have left. I lost a lot of people over the years. That was the family and the glue to the family and the structure of the family. Lost a lot of people. So shout out to my family that's still here. All right, so this guy is a male escort who is currently suing Cassie Ventura because she got on a stand, the federal case stand against Diddy, and she mentioned his name. I would have to look up the actual documents where she mentions his name, but he has filed a lawsuit against Cassie, claiming, well, you heard what he said, so. And I'm going to be honest with you, I believe him. Yep. Listen, I've experienced a lot of things in my life. I haven't attended any Diddy parties, but there were Diddy type parties going on, way before Diddy, and in Atlanta too. They still going on in Atlanta. So I know what goes on, and a lot of times the female is the aggressor. And I'm not saying that's the case with Cassie. I mean, I wasn't there, but I will say that I believe him because of that one reason. And the second reason is I've had women lie on me, literally call the police and tell them a bunch of lies. And one of the times I actually went to jail for it, and I didn't know what to do. So I was young. I ended up, just pleading guilty to the simple charge of it. Didn't know it would haunt me for the rest of my life at the time. But yeah, I mean, I've experienced women lying on someone that includes me. And actually like being bold enough to go in the courts and just like really press charges on you, just totally man, I don't know, restraining orders, they just put anything together and the courts accept it. I don't get it, but it happens. It happened, and I'm sure a lot of that is the case with Diddy here. But anyway. So, as we all know, Diddy trial, the Diddy trial is over. First of all, hit the like button, subscribe button, and the notification button, man. And if you would like to support me and look out for me on my birthday, my Cash App is in the description below. All right, so the Diddy trial is over. We have a verdict. Let's see what the verdict was.
Aaron, we know that sentence.
Let me see. We're going to go somewhere else with this.
Ruled he will remain in jail until his sentencing. A jury convicted him on 2 counts and acquitted him on 3. Christina Fan explains just how much jail time Combs could face.
Sean Diddy Combs fell to his knees, hands in prayer as the jury.
I bet he did. He paid for that cheddar.
Delivered a partial acquittal. The 55-year-old pumped his fist after hearing the words not guilty on federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges, sparing him from life in prison. He was found guilty on 2 counts of.
Okay, so not guilty, count 1, racketeering conspiracy. Count 2, not guilty, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, Cassandra Ventura. Ace Ventura. Hey, so that says that the jury came to the conclusion that Cassie was not forced. And I think from what I read on Twitter, her testimony, she never really admitted she was forced. Maybe she was beat, yeah. But she never admitted that she was actually forced to do anything. So, not from what I read. So I get count 2. Count 1, racketeering conspiracy. He got off on that. Maybe it was because racketeering conspiracy is to continue a criminal enterprise. And the money that was used was not used to make more money. It wasn't used to hurt anybody. So yeah, I get that count 1. I get that count 1. Shout out to the jury for that. Count 3, transportation for prostitutes, individuals, including but not limited to Cassie Ventura, guilty. I told y'all that he would be found guilty of that. And I was watching. Hold on, let me see if I can find one of these videos. Let me see if I can find one of these. So, prostitution. Hold on. Wait for a minute. All right, so people are just realizing that if you pay for a flight for a woman across state lines, and there's communication about when she gets here, she gonna give up the goods, you gonna give her some money, and she gonna fly back, right? People are just now realizing that that is illegal. Man, listen, and it reminds me why I be by myself all the time. Because I be out in public and, just around people, and I see people doing certain things and moving certain ways. And, me being in and out of the system all of my life. Like I told y'all before, I started getting arrested when I was 9 years old. Oh, excuse me. I started getting arrested when I was 9 years old, right? And from that point on, I was just in and out of jail, in and out of jail. In and out of prison, in and out of prison. I recently changed my life about 12, 15 years ago. But I be around people and I see them doing things and I be like, man, if the feds ain't watching you, they will be soon. But people just be moving, man. So I've never flew a girl out nowhere. I've never flew to a girl. A girl has never flew me out. And it's not really because it's illegal. It's just I know that it's illegal, so I don't need to do that. Matter of fact, I'm not flying nothing out. I don't care how much money I got. I'm going, when I meet women, I want to meet them right there on the spot, face to face. So if I fly to New York, I'm going to meet a girl in New York. If I fly to Cali, I'm going to meet a girl in Cali. And that's just always how it's been with me, but I don't know. Anyway, count 4. Count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. And that's from Jane Doe. Not guilty. Well, she wouldn't even want to release a name, so yeah, I get that one. But it's probably the same situation with Cassie. Like, she wanted to be there. Count 5, transportation for prostitution individuals, including not limited to Jane Doe. Okay, so it's the 2 girls. All right, so yeah. Just cross the state lines. I mean, that's basically the charges that he was guilty out of everything. The RICO, beat that. The sex trafficking by force, beat that. That would have killed him right there. But he beat that. He beat the count 4, which is the same thing for the different girl, and was found guilty for the transportation across state lines. So yeah, that's illegal, people. Anyway, let's listen to the rest of this.
Of transportation to engage in prostitution.
We had a wonderful jury. They listened to every word, and they got the situation right, or certainly right enough.
Outside the courthouse,
Free pop! Free pop!
Combs' supporters celebrated with baby oil as others reacted with disappointment.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. I know you niggas is not out here. Man, come on, man. How Boosie say, come on, man. This is, man, come on, man.
Free pop!
Combs' supporters celebrated with baby oil.
My God. My God. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? What the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Shoo. I don't know. That's your thing. I guess, you know, that's the Diddy gang. Shout out to the Diddy gang, man.
As others reacted with disappointment.
It's an atrocity. It's a disgusting decision.
34 witnesses took the stand over the 8-week trial, including Combs' former longtime girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Testimonies were often graphic and emotional. The government tried to convince the jury Combs was the leader of a criminal enterprise that forced women into abusive sex acts during drug-fueled parties he called freak-offs. Combs' attorneys argued everything was consensual.
Sean Combs has not sexually assaulted anybody. I've been saying this for months.
Ventura's attorney said his client has mixed emotions.
Obviously, we would have liked to have seen a conviction on the sex crimes and RICO counts, but we're pleased that he's been held responsible for something.
Combs will remain in jail until sentencing. The judge denied bail, saying the defense failed to demonstrate that he poses no danger to any person. The 2 prostitution-related charges carry a maximum sentence of 10 years each. In a court filing, the government wrote that sentencing guidelines will likely qualify Combs for a prison term of more than 4 years. But the defense thinks sentencing will be lower and closer to 2. A hearing is scheduled for next Tuesday to discuss sentencing. Combs' attorneys want to move up his sentencing date, which is currently scheduled for October 3rd. In the newsroom, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
So,
and you can find much more on.
So the Diddler is facing 2 years. Okay. I predicted that he would get guilty of the RICO and the racketeering and the prostitution across state lines. I predicted that. I got 1 out of 2. So shout out to me. But like I said, I think he got off on that one, though. I think he got off on that one. That might be the one he paid for. Well, the Diddler is back. All right, so.
Victory for Sean Diddy Combs, the mogul who prosecutors accuse of running a decades-long sex trafficking ring, acquitted of 3 of 5 charges against him, including the most serious, racketeering and sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. That means he dodged a life sentence.
He dodged a life sentence.
Is to show this distinction between it being an actual criminal enterprise as opposed to it just being an exotic lifestyle of Diddy.
Ain't no stopping us now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
All right. Again, hit that like and subscribe button, man. Leave a comment in below. So I'm watching the chat right now. I know I won't be on here enough, but I'm gonna pick it up. Y'all bear with me. And again, happy birthday to me. Shout out to me. All right. Let me see what else we got here.
Aaron, we know that sentencing hearing.
So he did go up for bail, but I think he got bail.
Scheduled for the fall. Sean Diddy Combs has already been in custody for about 9 months now, and he's also facing dozens of civil lawsuits. What more does he have ahead of him before that hearing? We know, I think it's on October 3rd.
October 3rd at 10 a.m. is when Sean Combs is going to be sentenced for his conviction on 2 counts of transportation for the purposes of prostitution. Each of those counts carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years. And so prosecutors pointed out in their letter to the judge his total exposure is 20 years in prison. And the judge today, Whit, said that Combs's propensity for violence was starkly depicted on that 2016 hotel security camera footage that may well factor into the judge.
So Diddy was denied bail? I thought, man, somebody told me Diddy was out on bail. Niggas be lying, man. Niggas be lying.
After the verdict in his sex trafficking case, and here's how he took the news. According to NBC News reporters in the courtroom, Combs appeared, quote, deflated as his hopes of going home were seemingly dashed as his lawyers attempted to convince Judge Aaron Subramanian to release their client ahead of his sentencing. In his ruling, Subramanian cited Combs' years-long pattern of violence as a reason for him to remain behind bars, adding that he continues to be a danger to others and unable to follow the law.
No bail, Diddy. No bail.
Arguing that Combs...
All right, so that makes sense. That happens all the time when you have a history of violence in the criminal system, and you're in a situation like that. They usually not gonna give you bail. It don't matter how big you is, how much money you got. It will be against. The courts have some ethical rules that they just have to do, and it would be against that if they would have gave him bond. So. Yeah, Diddy's going to have to sit down until his sentencing. But I do believe, being that his sentencing is going to be in October, and he's been in there for 9 months already. October is, 4 months away? So you're talking about a year and some change. They'll probably let him out. They'll probably let him out in October. And give him I would say they give him maybe 5 to 10 years of probation. Yep, they'll let him out in October and give him 5 to 10 years of probation. That's what I predict. But I will tell you this though. I've been watching a few videos about people saying that they scared of Diddy, they scared to show up for Diddy and this and that, man. Let me tell you something. Diddy ain't thinking about none of y'all. What Diddy just went through, trust me, I know his pain. I know what's going on in his head. What he just went through, he ain't finna trust nobody. And he ain't tell. He ain't tell. I mean, we ain't seen, he ain't tell. He ain't tell now. He ain't tell. But Diddy ain't gonna trust nobody no more. He's gonna transition into Diddy love fully this time around. I promise you that. He's going to church every Sunday. I bet you that he's gonna get married. Yeah. I predict that y'all gonna wake up one day and look on YouTube or TikTok or wherever. And you're going to see that Diddy got married. Yeah. This is Scared Straight 2000. Yeah, you can believe that. You can believe that. He is not finna play with him. Because, got to look at it like, let's say OJ. The OJ trial, he beat the unalive trial. And You know, he went on about it. He was arrogant. He still messing with them Caucasian women and all that. Where's Dr. Umar? But he was messing with all the Caucasian women, and he ended up in a situation where he had to go back to prison. Trust me, them people were watching him from the day he won that trial all the way up to the end. They wanted his ass bad. And it's going to be the same thing with Diddy. Hip-hop Police is going to be on his tail. He's probably going to move out of the country. That would probably be the best thing for him. Like, I would just lead the industry totally and get into, like, real estate and Bitcoin stocks. And, you know, he can make more money doing that. You know, he got the drive for it. And, you know, he can go off and have his little own private little party. So you know, Diddy, at the end of the day, Bad Boy is over with. Bad Boy is done. That's a wrap. He's no longer a bad boy. We calling him Diddy Love now. Did he love it or not? Did he love it or didn't he? You know, whatever. All right. Let me see. Oh yeah, shout out to my sponsors, man. The Drunken Bunny. They got the Detox Tea over there. I'll be rocking with the Detox Tea. Got all type of brands on the Detox Tea. So y'all check out thedrunkenbunny.com. The drunkenbunnybrand.com. Excuse me. All right, so and these are the Detox Teas. The Feeling Good Fly. I need some tea right now. I'm cold to death in here. I need to go turn this air down. And we also have Velura. This is the Surface Velura Air Pro. And I'm telling you, matter of fact, I'm waiting on mine to get to me now. I'm waiting on mine right now. I need it. And it's obviously viruses flying around in the air here. So this right here is gonna kill all viruses in the vicinity, in your room, in your office, in your studio. Link it in the description. This is a NASA approved product. Okay? Just so you know, this is a NASA approved product. This is I gotta get me one. Oh, they got other brands too, right? This one right here is for your car. So this one like for Uber drivers and Lyft drivers. You put it in the car. If COVID is in the car, it's dead. All right, I'm telling you. But they've been rocking with me. They've been my sponsor for a while. And shout out to Global. Hold on, Global. Underground. Let me see. Underground. I gotta pull it up. I'll pull it up later. But anyway, it's the Leylo Show, man. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Hit the comments. Hey, it's my birthday. Go down in the description, man. Send your boy cash up, man. I love y'all. Peace, love, and light.